Hi everyone. In this video, I'll be covering the muscles of the hand. Specifically, I'll be covering the intrinsic muscles of the hand. So we have two groups of muscles in the hand. We have extrinsic and intrinsic muscles. Extrinsic, as their name indicates, they originate or their muscle belly is found outside the hand. So these are the muscles in the forearm. So the muscles in the anterior and posterior compartment of the forearm, they insert into the different parts of the hand and they act on the hand, and they are considered as extrinsic muscles of the hand. And they are responsible for powerful movements of the hand. But when we see intrinsic muscles of the hand, as their name indicates, they originate and insert within the hand. They are short and weak muscles, and they are responsible for fine movements like threading a needle, like writing, buttoning, closing and opening our zippers. So all these fine movements are responsibilities of intrinsic muscles. And all intrinsic muscles are found on the palmar aspect of our hand. There is no muscle on the dorsum of our hand. All of the muscles are found on the palmar side of our hand. And when we see the organization of these intrinsic muscles, they are organized into 5 compartments. We have a central compartment, we have thenar compartment, we have hypothenar compartment, we have interosseous compartment. So interosseous, in between the bones, we have interosseous compartment. And the last one is adductor compartment. So first, let's see thenar compartment. So thenar, in Greek, thenar means palm. So at the palmar aspect of our hand, we have thenar compartment. So the thenar compartment consists of 3 muscles. We have abductor pollicis brevis, we have flexor pollicis brevis, and opponens pollicis. So at their name indicates pollicis, pollicis, pollicis. So pollex means thumb. So these muscles, they act on the thumb. And these muscles, they form a rounded elevation at the base of the thumb, which is known as the thenar eminence. So these 3 muscles, they will form the thenar eminence. And all of these muscles are innervated by median nerve. So these are the branches of median nerve, and this is a recurrent branch of median nerve, and it supplies these thenar muscles. So abductor pollicis brevis, as the name indicates, its action is abduction of the thumb. So as you see it here, when this muscle contracts, it will abduct the thumb. The other one is flexor pollicis brevis. So this muscle, it flexes the thumb. So as you see it here, when this muscle contracts, it will flex the thumb. The last one is opponens pollicis. So it opposes the thumb. Opposition is the movement of the thumb to touch the tip of the other digits. So when this muscle contracts, it will mainly act on the saddle joint. As you know, there is a saddle joint at the base of the thumb, and it will oppose the thumb. And all these muscles, they are innervated by median nerve. If you need a mnemonic to remember these muscles, FO. Abductor, flexor, opponents, FO. The second compartment is adductor compartment, and this compartment contains 1 muscle, which is the adductor pollicis muscle. So this muscle has 2 parts. It has horizontal and it has oblique part, but both of the parts, when they contract, they will adduct the thumb. So as you see it here, when this muscle contracts, it will adduct the thumb. And this muscle is innervated by ulnar nerve. The third compartment is the hypothenar compartment. So thenar is pal, hypo means below, or it means relatively smaller. So we have thenar imminence at the base of the thumb, and we have hypothenar imminence at the base of the fifth digit or at the base of the pinky. It's relatively smaller, that's why it's known as hypothenar. But similarly, like thenar, it's composed of three muscles: abductor digiti minimi, flexor digiti minimi, and opponens digiti minimi muscles. The muscles are the same. And the muscles in the hypothenar compartment, they are innervated by ulnar nerve. So this is ulnar nerve, and ulnar nerve, it gives a branch that supplies the hypothenar muscles. So when we see the abductor digiti minimi, so as the name indicates, abductor digiti minimi. So this muscle abducts the fifth digit. The other one is flexor digiti minimi. It flexes the fifth digit. The last one is opponens digiti minimi. It opposes the fifth digit. Their name indicates their action. And all these hypothenar muscles are innervated by ulnar nerve. The other compartment is central compartment. This compartment also contains a single muscle, which is the lumbricals. So lumbricals, as you see it here, they are unique in that they originate from the tendon of flexor digitorum profundus muscle. So as you know, it flexor digitorum profundus is one of the deep muscles in the anterior compartment of the forearm. So the lumbricals, they originate from the tendon of this muscle. And they are inserted into the extensor expansion of the medial four digits. So as you see it here on the extensor expansion of the medial four digits, we have a connective tissue, which is known as extensor expansion hood. So this muscle inserts into this hood. So when these muscles contract, they will flex the metacarpophalangeal joint. And by pulling the extensor expansion hood, they will extend the interphalangeal joints. So they will extend interphalangeal joints and they will flex the metacarpophalangeal joints. And like the digitorum, like the flexor digitorum profundus muscle, the lateral two, the ones that act on index and middle finger, they are innervated by median nerve. The medial two, the ones that act on ring finger and little finger, they will be innervated by ulnar nerve. So like profundus, these lumbricals are innervated by both median and ulnar nerve. The last compartment is the interosseous compartment. So interosseous, osseous means bone. So these muscles are found in between the metacarpals. That's why they are known as interosseous. So we have two interosseous muscles. We have palmar interossei and dorsal interossei muscles. So we have three palmar interossei muscles, and they act on index finger, ring finger, and little finger. And the palmar interossei, their action is adduction. They will move these digits towards the middle finger. So their action is adduction. But when we see the dorsal interossei, their action is abduction. And we have four dorsal interossei muscles. They act on ring finger, middle finger, and index finger. Thumb and little finger, they don't have dorsal interossei muscles. So as you know it, in the thenar and hypothenar, we have abductor muscles. So we have abductor pollicis. So thumb has its own abductor. We have abductor digiti minimi. So fifth digit has its own abductor. So they don't have dorsal interossei muscles, but ring finger, middle, and index finger, they have dorsal interossei muscles. And their action is abduction. They abduct the middle three digits. So if you need a mnemonic to remember their action, DAP, dorsal interossei, their action is abduction. Pad, palmar interossei, their action is adduction. And all interossei muscles, both palmar and dorsal, they are innervated by ulnar nerve. So that's all about the intrinsic muscles of the hand.